insult. Antonius came forward. "Did you see, Papa? I won!" I tried to sound as though I expected him to share my enthusiasm. "I saw. Get down from there. What do you think you're playing at, Dido? You could have killed yourself." I stepped down, running my hand along the inside roan's flank as I approached his head. "Don't get angry, Papa. You know I've driven lots of times at the practice track back home. That's not the same thing as risking your neck in a real race." Antonius's green eyes were blazing. "You want to die before your 13th birthday? Or end up like Lepidus after he got shipwrecked? Is that what you want, Dido? To see your bones breaking through your flesh?" "No," I muttered. "But it's not as if we were driving fours, just pairs. Terry said I could pick whichever horses I wanted from their yard. I knew he'd go for fast ones and push them too hard. All I had to do was keep to a good line and control the pace." I patted the ponies' damp necks. "I thought if I did everything the way you taught me, I'd do well." To my relief, Antonius's face relaxed a little. "You did do well. If I hadn't been so terrified, I might have been able to enjoy it." He put a hand on the back of my head and made me look at him. "But never, ever frighten me like that again. You hear me?" My beaten opponent approached, his friends now crowded onto the axle alongside him. The Greys were blowing their flanks in exhaustion. Terry's had lost some of his swagger, though he was still grinning. "Good race. What do you say, best of 3? "Forget it. We had a deal, now you have to pay up." "Stop right there, Dido," said Antonius. "If you think I'm going to let you make money out of doing something so stupid, you can think again." "No, you don't understand, Papa. We weren't racing for money." "I see. What, dare I ask, was the stake?" I hesitated. "If I won, she'd have to give us all a kiss," said Terry's. "All of us." He jerked his thumb back to his friends, who beamed. Antonius raised an eyebrow at me. "And if you won?" he asked. I turned and pointed. "I get him." Antonius looked up at the little black horse grazing alone in the field above the plain. He was a young stallion, about 4 years old, with a white star in the middle of his forehead. His long tail swished as he plucked at the few patches of green. Encouragingly, I could see Antonius assessing the fine head, powerful shoulders, and sturdy fetlocks, ideal for withstanding the breakneck turns of a chariot race. "Look at him, Papa. Isn't he beautiful? Terry said he was a gift from his father, but he doesn't want him anymore. He's made to be an inside horse, don't you think? I can just see him taking the turns at the Circus Maximus." Someone snorted with laughter. "The circus? Sure, if you can get him in the starting gate." Marius was waddling over with a bucket of water. Setting it down for the roans and greys to dip their greedy muzzles into, he wiped the sweat from his broad forehead. "Well done, Dido. You've taught this boy of mine a lesson in racecraft, one I hope he'll remember if he ever gets to the circus." He gave Terry's a friendly slap on the head. "But it's a poor stake he offered you." He nodded at my father. "Don't get me wrong, Antonius. There's good blood in that animal. Sired him out of a Libyan stallion I put with one of my best mares. I expected to get a fortune for that little black horse whenever you or the next lot of faction scouts came by. That was before I knew his temperament. Broke 3 chariots when we first tried to get him in harness, not to mention my groom's arm. I thought it might teach Terry something, trying to bring him on, but he can't handle him. None of my boys can." He put a hand on my shoulder. "Don't lose your heart to that horse, my girl. He's a fury." "But he isn't." "Watch." I ducked under the fence and climbed the slope to where the black horse was grazing. He lifted his head, watching me with nostrils flared, ears twitching. Slipping my hand into the pouch pocket of my old green tunic, I extracted a dusty handful of grey.